Hello and welcome to Fresh Start Week 10. Here we go. Starting out as always, 90 kilo doubles. Might be brave and up this to 91, but we will see. And then 120 for clean and jerk doubles. Again, movement really easy. Actually splitting under the bar, which is tremendous. I'm not just pushing the bar up, I'm actually using my legs now and giving the bar freedom. Then we had some, what did we do? Deadlifts, paused deficit triple. And this is 160, 220, 230. No, 69, 220. 220 paused deficit triple. It was a big PB. It was very easy, but it was a big PB. So I was happy with that. And then we did some back off sets at 170. So the deadlifts are still moving really well. Still bumping that up. Meant to be going fairly heavy on them tomorrow, but I slept terribly, so we shall see. Still may do it anyway. Tuesday morning, active mobility day. Did some splits, split stretches, and some... That might be it. Tuesday evening, we did some sprints. Did some knee-up jumps, first time in a long time. Mainly because of not being able to kneel because of the pain, but now that pain is gone. And the pause jerk dips. I am going to be switching my Tuesdays around because the gym on Tuesday evening is chaos, so I'm going to go to MEMS on Tuesday evenings instead. But that means I won't be able to sprint, so I might have to move that day around somewhere, but I will figure it out. But it means I could do maybe some like block snatches or something as well on the Tuesdays, a bit of extra snatch practice. Zerch squats. Filmed terribly, but continuing to keep these in. And then on Wednesday, huge day, 5x3 at 95, strict press. This is every single set, all 5 sets. Triples at 95 is, obviously I never thought that I'd be able to do this, but here we go. Best triple currently is 105, so programming off that. And yeah, it's obviously going pretty well so far. Next week is 4x3. I'll probably do it at like 98. Should still be okay. And then the first time I do multiple sets of triples over 100 will be tremendous. So that might be like 101. That's it. And then so that was a huge day. Thursday, we did some snatch plus hang at 100. These were quite nice actually. Snapping under with some aggression there. Actually looking pretty solid. And then jerk doubles, I think, at 120. Multiple doubles, really easy. Look, I'm actually starting to get my snap back on the lockout as well. So bar's coming up overhead nicely, not shifting it forward. In the split, nice. And the back leg, obviously you can't see it here, but the back leg is actually coming back. So it's being an actual split again and not a kind of B stance. Heaves at 150 remain to be shit as an exercise. And then we got up to 10s on the RDLs. So we did 2 sets of 10 at 180. A little pause at the bottom. Just trying not to kind of bounce straight out of it. I wouldn't say I'm trying to pause them, but I'm trying not to bounce out of it. Because usually when I do, I get pulled forward. But I'm pretty happy with this. This is I think it's 18 weeks 18 weeks at 180. Might go until I can do it for sets of 12. And then think about bumping it up. Finish off with some drop catches, 70. Putting that back under some stress here, which is always good. It's just keeping me conditioned when I do get back to some heavier lifting. And then on the evening after the cardio, we did do some high box step ups, which is actually probably the thing I'm most excited about this whole week. Just because it's a bit of a rehab staple. It means that I'm actually getting closer to doing the final thing, which is a pistol. Now, I don't really care about doing pistols, but it seems like it's the last thing to tick off the rehab list. On Saturday, because of the comp next week, we built up to a nice 120 snatch, so heaviest snatch since the last comp, and then did our actual sets at 100. Obviously these are moving pretty nice, but for the first exposure to 120, I'm pretty happy. I did some crazy jumps. I did 60, 90, 110, 120, which is jumps I've never done before. So that's good in a way. I mean, that's confidence building. And then complex at 120. And then this is an interesting one. I sent this to Josie, and she was very happy with the symmetry, actually. I'm not saying it's perfect, but she's saying that it's really getting there, and everything's kind of evening out again. It's taken her quite a while to get to this point. This is the same angle from the same exercise from the side angle. Barefoot squats 110. We'll keep them barefoot for a while. I just feel like my bottom position isn't actually compromised, so I don't know, it just, in my head, it just makes sense for me to do it barefoot for now while I'm limiting the weights. 100 kilo behind the neck press, very happy, huge PB, 15 kilo PB.
But now I just have no desire to go heavier. I don't care about that. Jeez.
And that was more just out of interest because the lads were in the gym and we got the egos out. And then 90 for 5, which is a massive PB again, another 5 kilo PB. So this overhead pressing at the moment is going crazy. I mean, at some point it will stop, but I never expected it to go on this long and this good. So happy days.